So with me today, I've got a lady who's a financial advisor, a protection advisor, we should say. I thought it'd be really good to bring her on this show so she can tell us how to manage our finances, our assets, which is really, really good. So I'm not going to go further into what she does. I'll just let Laetitia introduce herself and tell us about financial planning. That's what I'm really, really keen to understand. Uh, what do you do, and why is financial planning important for any individual or family? So over to you.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate your time. So I'm Laetitia, as Lisa has said. I'm a financial advisor, protection advisor specialist. So just here, just raising awareness, opening up a conversation about financial planning and what sort of thing we should be doing, for our families and individual. Yeah, that's all. I want to get the conversation started and then raise it knowledge and awareness as well.
Yeah, I think for me, I have never seen a financial advisor or spoken to a protection advisor. So I am clueless. I'm hoping to learn. As I'm learning, I'm hoping other people as well will benefit from the knowledge that you have and things that you can offer for us. So why is financial planning important for anyone who's listening from your understanding?
Financial planning is essentials, obviously, for family individuals because it provides a structured approach to managing money,
Mm,
setting goals, and preparing for the future. So ensuring like you meeting your short-term needs, like your day-to-day expenses, and also looking into your long-term needs as well. Some people maybe looking to buying homes, funding for education, and then preparing like, for retirement as well.
mm,
So financial plan actually create a safety net, which obviously help manage debt and make informed decision about saving and investment. So include like a crucial aspect like your wills, trust, power of attorneys, all those stuff we need to start thinking about families,
mm,
how would they be distributed? Who will look after my family if anything ever happened to me?
mm,
Those sort of, yeah, the conversation really we
mm.
want to put across. Yeah, I hope that kind of explains.
It does. And I think now that you've put it into perspective for me, planning your finances could, you talked about retirement, planning, for buying a house. You can't just wake up and, randomly I'm retiring without any financial plan, or I'm buying a house without any finances. So these things are quite key. I was following your company and everything that you do, and they spoke about financial risk. Do you mind to just talk about financial risk a little bit? What is it about, and what do we need to be aware of?
Yeah, I mean financial risk management. So it's basically identify potential risk and also having a strategy to implement that to make things um, easier for yourself or for your families because life does happen and things do happen as well. So we're preparing
Yeah.
for unforeseeable things. So obviously it could be such of a loss of job, illness, anything could affect you. And then you're gonna have to have some risk management plan, financial risk management in place to know
Mm,
how you can navigate and still carry on living your day-to-day life and
mm.
then yeah, and thriving. So
Okay. So what can one person do to really manage that risk? Like if I was to lose my job, obviously, well, not lose my job, if I was sick, and I'm not able to work, I know that I've got my mortgage that needs to be paid, and I've got my car that needs paying. Um, how else can I support myself? What can I do to protect myself in that situation?
yeah, So there are a few things that need to be put in place to be able to support yourself in that situation. We'll be looking into like having an emergency fund. Do you have such a thing in place? So we're advised to have about 3 to 6 months or up to a year emergency fund. Obviously, that would help to prevent any unforeseeable circumstance we just explained now. Also, your mortgage needs to be paid, and then you have family to go on as well. But with the climate, thing that is tough for everyone. It's tough for this like I guess there's that studies show like around 70 to 90% of a UK household, they don't have up to 3 months saving. So the financial tools that you could use, put in place, that would help support you. Let's say if you lose your job, and then there's such a thing as a called income protection.
Oh, okay.
So what that would actually do, it will replace your income until when you can get yourself back on your feet again. So that way your mortgage is still maintained, the children life is still maintained, your day-to-day expenses are still maintained because the bills, everything still have to be. So it just gives that peace of mind, that, okay, I'm protecting my income. When this happens, it will come into effect, and then make sure that when I'm recovering from any illness, anything can happen at any time.
Yeah.
That's over. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds really good. So I'm thinking I've got a family. What sort of plan can I have for my family, and how can I start building that sort of financial safety net? What would that plan look like?
Yeah. So the plan will be looking for a family. So obviously you'll be having like all the adequate, like obviously have your like we're trying to build adequate emergency fund, and then we'll have like insurance protections as well in place. You have your income protection, which will cover loss of income due to illness or due to accident or injury.
Yeah.
That will cover 70% of your income until when you can go back to work again, when you're fit again. And you have your critical illness, where it will help you. So there's like, what the study shows as well, 1 in 5 of us will end up with a big C. So we have to plan for those 5 critical illnesses as well. And then that will give you a lump sum as well. That will pay a lump sum.
Oh, okay.
And to look after yourself, and then obviously manage your bills and all your household incomes. And obviously you have your life insurance. When you have the little ones, we all eventually, unfortunately, we will pass on at some point. So that will actually help them for the future, carry on with managing the lifestyle, leaving a legacy behind as well. And then you also need to things like such as having a will. You put in down your wishes or how you want your asset to be distributed among your families and your dependent as well. And then you trust where you can put in your assets, where your children would benefit. It will be solely, purely just for them, to help them with education in the future, help them, buying house or buy a cars or whatever kind of sort of in there. And then we're looking at what did I mention? Yeah, power of attorney as well.
Oh, okay.
So with that, who would be able to speak up for you on your behalf when your health deteriorates, you're unable to, say, okay, I want this, tell the doctor this, tell the doctor that, my financial pay this, because with power of attorney, although let's say your marriage and then your husband and wife, if you don't have a power of attorney in place, your husband will not be able to access your finances. Just because you're married doesn't give him the right to do so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
So
you
what
think,
will happen then if there's no power of attorney?
your bank will freeze they will freeze your account. Nobody can get access to it. until it's going to have to take a long probate and long-winded process, which you don't really want to go through that. So that's why obviously having your financial planning, putting everything in place, your wishes, like or your assets, everything in one place, it makes it easier for your family to manage in the future.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just makes life a lot easier as well for yourself. You have worked so hard, you build like this amazing family. It will be a shame when life has happened and then there's a chaos happens and then there's no so yeah.
Yeah, wow. I'm learning. I'm really, really learning about, and it's really making me question, do I have a plan in place? I feel like I thought you were going to talk about just organizing our finances, making sure you've got enough to pay what you need to pay for, you've got enough for your savings. But I've not really thought about these things that you're talking about, that, at any point, if I was to pass on, what state am I leaving my family in, and how quickly can they access the funds that we have. So the things that you've touched on are really, really key. And I think I will be looking to implement that. So where do you come into play in all this? What's your role in your current role? How do you help families and individuals put some of these things into place?
Yeah, thank you. So my role come to be a financial advisor. So I do provide a sort of 30-minute free financial planning where we just have a discussion, understanding more about you, how I can help you, what sort of thing you need to put in place, the stuff that I can do. I can personally do the insurance coverage and then obviously getting that set up, put in place for you. And then I can signpost other stuff that I've mentioned, like wills, estate planning. I mean, wills, and I can do the wills and sorry, I get my I can
It's a
do
bit too much, isn't it? The words are all technical. That's fine.
yeah, with the organizations, I can signpost like different departments to do different things.
Oh,
So yes, I'm happy, available to provide further information because obviously financial planning, I just can't say, oh, everybody needs to do this. Everybody needs to do that because that's not the case. Every
yeah.
family is different. Every family needs to be tailored according to the family needs and requirement as well. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm hoping that we can do another video together and touch on each and every single thing and really, really explore into it. So I'm hoping you're going to get time for us to do that. But just before you go, I want to understand about mortgage. I know your company does something around mortgage. So have you got any tips for families that are looking to get a mortgage?
Yeah, sure. We do help with mortgage. So the tips obviously firstly, you need to have a plan what you're looking to do or what type of house you're looking to get into. So you start with like with your credit.
Okay.
So in your credit scores and obviously understanding how could that affect you, like the debt, like not getting on like new credit cards or like pay the loans. So trying to eliminate getting any of that if you're looking to get a mortgage or uh, keeping up to you like with your payment as well.
Mm-hmm.
If your payments are up to date, any commitment that you have in place, and then obviously looking to save your deposit as well. So you kind of sit down, you see, okay, I want to buy a house that's, I don't know, 400,000. How much deposit do I need? How can I save that for my salaries? Also, would that be sufficient for me to cover? Would I be able to save for mortgage and also manage my day-to-day life as well, expenditure? So you get to do that, and then researching, understanding different types of mortgage options. So you have your fixed rate, variable, and interest only mortgage. See which one will suit you best.
Yeah.
your family, obviously looking to get pre-approved um, mortgage. Obviously, when you have all your credit, your deposit, everything down there, it's okay. Let me try and see which bank will lend me this, which bank has different options. Obviously, we're here, we can help you with that as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
then are planning for just have an additional cost as well. Obviously, fee, the solicitor fee, and then any other fees, getting a mortgage is not just like, oh, I'll put my deposit now and then let me get the mortgage. You need to factor stamp duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just making sure that it's something you can actually afford in the long run as well.
Okay.
And then about protection as well, because you do need to protect your mortgage as well, because it's a huge debt that you're taking now.
Mm. Just out of interest on that, mortgage protection, do you mind to just explain what is it that you're protecting? Because this is a debt, isn't it? I don't understand. How would you protect it? Is it actually protecting the house? How
So
does
you
it
pro
work?
so how that works, so you're protecting the house. So let's say you got a mortgage, you and your husband, and obviously you're both paying for it together, and
Yeah.
then well, and obviously he's not working, so that means the burden is left onto one person to pay everything. So having a protection will means that will come in, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously having to pay for your husband other half. You still make the payments as normal,
Mm-hmm.
so you can have a mortgage protection, or you can have a life insurance, where
Okay.
say if the inevitable happens, someone passed on,
Mm-hmm.
then that might actually pay off to clear your mortgage. So that way you can maintain the home that you have built, that you work so hard for,
Yeah.
and be stress free. Like now I'm, just one income coming in. How am I gonna be paying for this? So it just gives a bit of peace of mind.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I see what you mean. Really, really good advice there. You talked about at the start about making sure that your credit score is right, staying away from, payday loan and things like that. What if I want to get a mortgage, but I do not have a credit card? I've never had a credit card. I've never borrowed anything at all. Um, is that a good thing, would you say, or
That's it's a caveat. It's a good thing for you. So okay, I'm financially savvy. I'm not into debt or into credit. So you need to build a credit with the lenders so they actually knows, okay, when um you borrow something, you do pay it back on time, and then they have that record of you obviously being able to borrow and then paying back. So
Mm,
if you never had a credit card, or you never have, let's say, yeah, let's say credit card, I wouldn't advise anything on a payday loan, nothing, don't touch that. If you're first, you want to build your credit,
yeah.
get a credit card, use it on your monthly, use it like to do your monthly expenditures and expenses, and at the end of the month, pay it off.
Okay.
That obviously push you back in the green. So you do that so that way it's building up your credit score as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Also, it's great to be on the electoral roll.
Okay.
Always good to register on the electoral roll. It gives you uh the okay, your citizen actually takes the what you say, voting into account. Like you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you're active, you're contributing towards future generation changes and so on. So it's always good. Yeah. It
Wow.
helps also.
Wow. That's some really, really good tips there. In terms of questions, I don't know, do you have anything else to share around mortgage?
Um, with a mortgage, you really have to sit down and plan everything properly, and then make sure that it's something you can actually afford, not just get in there because my friends, my family, everybody's getting a mortgage and so on. If
Yeah.
it's not something that it's affordable to you, just give yourself time,
Yeah.
build yourself up, your financial circumstance, make sure that you're in a good financial state. You
Mm.
can take a big commitment because it is a big commitment. That's like 20 to 20, 30, years. It's
Mm.
not,
Of
yeah.
paying into it. Yeah, absolutely. It does make sense. I guess
And
what other question am I thinking of? Um, since it's such a big commitment paying into a mortgage, would it be better to just stay renting, would you say? Or it's actually better to be on a mortgage?
oh, it,
Because I think of it from this perspective that you're getting such a big debt and you've got this debt to pay literally all your life, all your working life. Of
mm,
course, once you're at the end of when you've retired or you're not working anymore, you've got a place that you call home. But if you look at the mortgage rates and renting rates, sometimes it's less to actually pay rent. Thinking about your costs, if your boiler breaks off, the landlord's going to take care of that. So you don't have as many expenses as somebody who's on a mortgage. But this isn't a professional opinion that I'm just seeking. I'm just trying to understand from your view. How do you view it? What's your opinion whether to rent or mortgage?
um, you can do both. You can rent. Obviously, like as you just mentioned, with renting, the landlord covers all the maintenance and so on. It makes it a bit more cheaper
Yeah.
for you. And then you just can move about, move places, build up different, live in different areas, so on, which is great.
Mm.
Um, Mortgage is also a great asset to have because you build on the equity as well.
Yeah.
So once you paid off your mortgage and then you're like, yeah, you're mortgage free. Obviously, there's maintenance where you can pull like insurance as well to cover all those maintenance costs as well. So
Oh,
like boiler
really? Never
like
heard of that before.
home, home and contents insurance, you can put that in place. Obviously, that will help with the maintenance of your home. And yeah, I mean, it depends on the individual. What's your aspiration? What you really want to do?
Mm.
And if you have a mortgage in the future, you can turn it into something that can make money for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it gives you access to probably further income, when let's say you have little ones, when they grow up, they move home and then you have empty rooms, you can try to say, okay, I can help someone else to rent it out for, much
Yeah.
cheaper, from a lodger, someone,
Yeah.
yeah, and I give additional.
Wow. I guess you've changed my view on mortgage. It is an investment and it is an asset. Um, and I guess at the end of it all, you've got somewhere permanent to call home, and
Yeah.
it's an investment. Yeah. Um, yeah, I've just always had this battle in my mind. So I thought since we're talking about it, I might as well bring it up. I think that's it, really. If anyone's watching and they're really, really interested in, coming to seek for advice in terms of financial planning, how would they contact you? What's your contact details?
Yeah, my contact data, I can give my phone number. You can contact me on 0799 00 64 178,
Okay.
or you can find me on Instagram. I'm building it up. It's just with the social media work, so that'll be my name, which is Laetitia dot my last name, Ngiena,
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram. And yes, that's the same on TikTok as well. I'm building up the social media aspect of it, but I'll be in those places. Or you can always message me with my company email. we can probably leave it in the description as well.
Yeah,
My details.
I will put your details in the description. So yeah, if anyone is interested, they can look up the contact details on the email. I will be coming to you definitely because I've heard about a lot of things that I wasn't aware of, which is really, really helpful. So I do need some advice in terms of family and help in terms of putting things into place. I just didn't know I had any risk areas until I've spoken to you. So I will definitely be coming for some advice on how to mitigate some of the risks that I've never thought of.
Oh, I'm glad I'll get to, thinking about it. That's mainly my aim, just to
Yeah,
get people thinking about it. Like, okay, what can I do? How can I mitigate this risk? Because obviously, we don't want to leave a burden to our family members or to your other half when things does happen. So it's always good to plan this. If we are planning, people don't really talk about planning, like you said in the beginning, but okay, how can I save money? That's what you hear most, but yeah, not really
yeah.
mitigating risk. But yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I just want to say really thank you for your time. It's been really, really good having you. I've taken some notes down. There are some areas that I would really love to do videos on, maybe on life insurance, some of these critical illness, and just go deep dive and really understand how it works. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. I hope you have time to do it, but I just want to say thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me on. Thank you. I
All right
appreciate
then. Okay, it's goodbye for now. Have a good day.
it. Thank you.
All right.